I've always kind of been a weird kid. I know I don't show that side of me on my channel too much, but I'm definitely pretty weird. I'll geek over computer hardware, over anime, and a lot of the times you can just catch me making really weird noises and dancing in ways that I definitely should not be dancing.
It's just like there's no time for it in my videos when I'm talking about self-help stuff, but now finally a video is related to it.
Like, don't you ever look at a custom built PC and just all the RGB lights and the specs of it? Once you hear those specs, you're like, you gonna make me act up. Wow, the things that I tell you guys on this channel. But for the longest time, I used to hide these parts of me because I wanted to be liked. I was extremely insecure of them because it wasn't what most people liked or thought was cool. Especially during my teenage years and kind of start of college years, these are the years where people really want to fit in and be part of the right clique. But if there's one thing that I've learned over the years, it's that if you try to be liked by everybody, you will be liked by nobody. Nobody likes a people pleaser, and in fact, if you try to be a people pleaser, you'll always be insecure because you're never actually resolving those issues, those insecurities that you have by doing that. In this video, I'm not gonna teach you how to remove your insecurities. I'm going to teach you the opposite of that. I'm gonna teach you why they're actually a really amazing thing, why I love my insecurities, and how I became confident through them. So first I want to go over the 3 most common causes of insecurities, because when you get a better understanding as to why you feel insecure, when the situation arises again, you can identify which one of these causes it is, and it allows you to deal with them better. And then I'm going to explain to you what's helped me really love those parts about myself that I used to be super insecure about, that don't need changing, that aren't toxic, but just make me who I am. And by the end of this video, you should be viewing insecurities from a different point of view. The first and probably most common cause of insecurity is due to recent rejection or failure. I vividly remember one job that I applied to. It was a startup back in my hometown in Buffalo, New York, and I remember just walking into the job. I don't remember the exact role, but I was so confident walking in, and they sat me down for my interview. I got along with them really well. They were into memes and memeing. I'm into memeing. We were talking about having fun in the office, which a lot of startups like to do, and I thought I had this in the bag. I thought that these guys liked me so much. There was no way that I wasn't gonna get this job. And with that confidence, I went into the test part of this application process on a different day, and I didn't do too well on it, and I knew that I didn't, but I walked out of it still feeling like I had a great chance of getting the job. And lo and behold, a few weeks passed, and then I get an email saying I did not get the job. And my confidence got completely ruined for quite a while after that, just because I got rejected from one job. Recent events in our lives, like rejection from a job or a person, can make us feel way worse about ourselves than we actually feel like, and sometimes they can be so painful that we never come back from them, and we always feel that insecurity because of that one event. So I am going to teach you how to really never feel that again. The second insecurity I see a lot, and that happened with me a lot, is a lack of confidence due to social anxiety. Now, I remember in almost any social situation when I was younger a few years back, I would over-evaluate every single little thing that I was saying. If I said the right thing, if I am standing the right way, do I look okay? I was so overly paranoid with what I looked like or what I was doing, as if anyone really cared about that. It's something I couldn't get over at all when I used to smoke weed, and it's one of the reasons why I quit. You know, you're in those social situations, people are doing it around you, you want to feel included, so you're like, yeah, I'll take a few hits of that. I would always do this, and then I would immediately regret it afterwards because I couldn't socialize afterwards. So the reason that I smoked weed was to socialize, and it did the exact opposite for me, and I'm glad that I figured that out finally. And maybe you guys can relate to that too, or maybe that's just me, but the third reason that you are probably insecure is insecurity driven by perfectionism. Now, I'm a bit of a perfectionist myself, not as much as I used to be, but I do feel down on myself when I feel like my creative work isn't at the tip-top shape that it could be. And as a result, I would beat myself up for this when it was completely unjustified. I made something really great, but I just didn't feel like it was good enough. Okay, we understand the common causes of insecurity. Now comes the transformation. Now comes the time where I'm going to make you really love these things about yourself and conquer the insecurities that you need to. When talking about transforming or conquering insecurities, there's two different types that require two different ways of looking at them and two different types of action. And the first one is, like I was talking about, those insecurities that you can't really change about yourself, like me loving anime and loving geeking out on technology. That's stuff that isn't actually harmful towards you, that most people just don't really like in normal people terms. I don't know. So what helped me with these types of insecurities is just viewing them as a really beautiful thing. I have something that no one else has. I have the ability to produce pitches with my voice that no one else can do, even if they are super, super cringy.
Yeah, man. What the fuck?
That is an indispensable asset that you have. You have a thing that makes you unique, different from everybody else. And for some reason, you're viewing that as a bad thing. And I get it, because a lot of the things that we don't like about ourselves are things that society, most people in society at least, don't like or consider to be cool. The only reason you don't view this thing in a positive manner is because it's not the social standard of what is cool. So a bunch of humans came together and decided, you know what, we're gonna choose this to be what's cool and this to be what is not cool. I bet in a completely different alternate universe, doing cringy shit would make me the coolest motherfucker on the planet. And that means it's not even you that really thinks these things aren't good things about yourself. It's your view on it based upon the social construct behind it. And when I realized that, I just laughed myself silly. A social construct. It's not even a real thing that I'm worried about. But you know, sometimes societal norms are right. I don't want you to steer into thinking that all societal norms are wrong. So let's talk about this other type of insecurity, which is the one that I think plagues people more. The insecurity that is based on you getting rejected or bullied in the past about something and how to conquer that or feel better about that. You feel like you haven't done enough with your life, you don't have enough money or friends or accolades. I've been there. Nothing feels worse than feeling like you don't belong or you're not good enough. But you don't need money, status, or friends to be more secure. Some of the most confident dudes I know aren't in shape. They don't talk about self-improvement. They don't give a shit about it. They don't get girls. They don't have a lot of money. And yet they are some of the most confident people that I know. It's because they understand these two central ideas. And when I understood these, I realized, you know, I can do anything and feel confident about it, no matter how bad I am at that thing. And the two ideas are that everything is impermanent and that no one is thinking about yourself more than you. And along with that, they've done something else, but I want to talk about this first. So I've talked about this idea before, but let me reiterate here for the people who haven't seen my Why You Care So Much video. Everything is impermanent. Everybody eventually is going to die one day. Everybody is eventually going to be 6 feet under. We all go to the same place, and that means that every mistake or rejection or failure that you make is never actually gonna be permanent. It just feels so awful in the moment. Of course it does. It feels like the end of the world when we get rejected or we fail at something, but we need these things in our lives to become better humans. When I'm scared to go up to a girl to talk to her to get her number or something, or scared to do something in public, like I used to have such a big fear of filming myself and vlogging in public. But the one thing I always keep in my mind before I'm about to do said thing that I'm insecure about doing is that, okay, I put this in my head. I have a state of mind where I'm like, nothing's permanent. Even if this goes horribly wrong, it's okay. They're not going to really care. I'm the only one that's going to care. And this ties into the second central idea that no one thinks about you more than yourself. After those people get a nice laugh out of you filming or doing something stupid in public, they go about with their day and start thinking about their insecurities all day. Nobody is thinking about yourself more than you. And here's the thing about those people that I was talking about that are just so confident and don't have any sort of status, or they get rejected a bunch of times. The thing that separates them from from people who are super insecure is the fact that they've practiced rejection and failure so many times that they're pretty much immune to it. It has to become a practice. You want to actively put yourself in situations that are going to be embarrassing to you, because eventually, after you do that so many times, it'll feel totally natural. You've already experienced this before and you're going to be like, okay, this is nothing to me. Embrace that rejection, embrace that failure, because if you fail at something or you get rejected by someone, you are one step closer to being the person or being with the person that you're truly meant to be with. These people that are less insecure than you have failed at more things and gotten rejected more than you. Think about that and embrace the weird shit about yourself, because that stuff is dope. Wow, how do I make a video like this that doesn't sound so corny? I don't know. I mean, I hope that this helped you guys, and thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, leave a like for me. Look at that, my monitor just turned off right on time. Beautiful. Love it. I love you guys for watching till the end, and thank you so much for all the continued support on the channel. If you like my videos, subscribe and you'll have a video right here to check out, and you know, hopefully that one helps you too, and hopefully if you didn't like this one, and maybe it helps you more than this one, so hopefully you check it out. All right, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys.